It's interesting to watch how Finn Balor handles Liv Morgan because it seems like there is definitely an underlying agenda and tone with how he speaks to Liv, and pretty much speaks to everyone else in this backstage segment. This backstage segment between all the members was what really set the tone for the Judgment Day on the November 18th edition of Raw. Liv Morgan comes in all stressed about War Games and Rhea Ripley returning. Finn is undoubtedly using sarcasm and manipulating techniques in his speech. Finn chooses to enumerate all the names of the famous people that will compete against Liv Morgan at War Games rather than genuinely attempting to reassure her. This gives Liv even more reason to freak out and lose her mind. Raquel Rodriguez notices what Finn is doing right away and raises her hands in what appears to be a question. "What are you doing? You're not helping?" However, as Finn goes on, we learn the true motive behind his treatment of Liv. Given how much Liv has on her plate, Finn stated he would be happy to assist and take the wheel tonight. Furthermore, Liv voluntarily consented to let Finn run the night and never fights. Finn added a few more lines of manipulation to his words about Liv Morgan, claiming that they are family and that this is what families do for one another. However, even though what he is saying sounds nice, it doesn't seem like he is being sincere and pure. If you rewatch the episode, it becomes evident that Finn's primary objective in speaking with Liv Morgan is to increase her anxiety about the War Games and persuade her to give up so he can take full control of the group for the evening without her disagreeing with him on any choice. It's interesting because this conversation between Finn and Liv essentially dispels some of the suspicion that they are a covert couple pulling all the strings together. Finn believed that if he made Liv panic about War Games, that would keep her out of his hair for the remainder of the night and the decisions he makes. Finn and Liv have been secretly managing the gang and all of its operations together for months, according to a widely held fan belief, and they will eventually reveal their status to Dominic Mysterio. However, this scene and exchange between Finn and Liv essentially disproves that fan idea since we witness Finn completely controlling Liv Morgan, and if they were a close hidden couple, he would not do that to her. One of the main conclusions to be drawn from this backstage piece is that it seems to dispel all of the rumors about a romance between Liv Morgan and Finn Balor. However, after effectively controlling Liv Morgan, Finn turns to Dominic and Carlito to continue the manipulation. Using full sarcasm, Finn reminds Dominic Mysterio that Carlito and Dom would easily defeat the War Raiders and that he defeated Damian Priest in the main event of Raw a few weeks ago. However, the true manipulation element of Finn's strategy is revealed next. In this particular instance, at least with Dominic and Carlito, Finn claims to be well versed in the War Raiders' advantages and disadvantages, implying that it's one of their weaknesses. Finn counsels Dominic and Carlito to go for the neck. However, almost immediately after making that suggestion, Finn retracts it, stating that perhaps doing so will simply make the War Raiders more enraged and vicious throughout the combat. However, Finn concludes by stating that the legendary Dominic Mysterio will solve it. Talk about getting inside your own teammates' heads. Finn tells them that their neck is their weakness, but he quickly retracts his statement and gives the impression that he is unsure. Perhaps he knows the War Raiders well enough to know that if you mess with their necks, they will make you pay a heavy price. Once more, this is an instance of Finn putting his fellow members of Judgment Day in danger rather than genuinely attempting to assist them. Despite being less than 2 minutes long, this backstage scene offers a wealth of fascinating depth to Finn Balor's persona and his true activities. If you rewatch the full part, you will see that Finn manipulates and utilizes sarcasm against everyone on the Judgment Day, with the exception of JD McDonagh. JD McDonagh is the only one in the group who is safe, so why does everyone else fall prey to Finn's evil ways and his attempts to manipulate their emotions and put them in danger? It's no secret that Finn and JD have been good friends for a very long time. It appears that Finn has no problems with JD McDonagh, who is his primary right-hand man, as he knew him long before he met any of the other members on the Judgment Day. You can see that in this backstage part. Finn handles JD in a completely different tone than he does with the other members of the group. Finn will play around and joke around with the members of Judgment Day, but he won't play with JD for that reason. Therefore, it's crucial to keep it in mind because it will probably come up again in the future. However, Carlito and Dominic lose their tag team bout to the War Raiders, much to Finn's possible delight. However, after the match, Finn and JD emerge to launch an ambush attack. The War Raiders vs. Finn and JD matchup for the global tag team titles seems to be approaching, and it will be a crucial fight for the Judgment Day's future. Since Finn is already starting to lose his temper with the group, we can presume that he will lose his temper if he loses the tag team titles on top of everything else. Who knows what that could lead to? Fans undoubtedly think that all of this is hinting at a potential split among the group members on Judgment Day, which would most likely result in the group's dissolution. Given that Finn respects JD and does not emotionally abuse him, it appears that the two of them have a good chance of becoming close friends and supporting one another. It's essentially a different Gunther and Ludwig. Although Gunther and Ludwig aren't exactly a tag team right now, Ludwig is a reliable right-hand guy who has always supported Gunther. Perhaps we witness a similar situation involving Finn and JD. After the second impending Judgment Day separation, it appears quite likely that Finn will resume his solo career with JD by his side. Raquel, Dominic, and Liv Morgan will probably remain together as a trio and carry on their journey from there if Finn and JD leave the group. Perhaps the dispute there turns into a struggle between Dominic and Raquel for Liv's time and attention, or it could involve jealousy and other problems amongst the three of them. Furthermore, it appears that Carlito will be the sole member to genuinely remain alone after this second Judgment Day separation. This could very well be the case because, as you may recall, there were stories a few months ago that stated Carlito's future plans were to separate him from the Judgment Day and into the singles division. Based on the one backstage scene from Raw, it appears that the Judgment Day will have future intentions. JD and Finn remain together as a couple. As a trio, Liv, Raquel, and Dominic remain together. Carlito also goes entirely alone. We'll have to wait and see how long it takes for this new split to begin for the Judgment Day, but it seems like that's the direction they're hinting at with all of these segments and tension here. However, what do you think of the stories from today? If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe with all notifications enabled, and leave a comment. I appreciate you everyone watching.